As per the Ukrainian General Staff, the reported total Russian casualties on Tuesday amounted to 810, a significant portion of which resulted from Ukrainian soldiers utilizing FPV drone assaults. The Ukrainian forces managed to destroy 49 Russian artillery systems, 13 armored combat vehicles, and 7 tanks. To provide visual context, drone footage depicts Ukrainian troops east of Makiivka in the Luhansk region. The Karpatska Sich Battalion successfully uncovered and neutralized an enemy DRG, diversionary group, en route to its hideout from the BC, Battlefield Command, for potential sabotage actions. In contrast, Russia officially declared that units of their occupation forces have been equipped with the 1K-148 Ystreb AV artillery reconnaissance complex. Notably, there is already circulating on Telegram a video depicting the destruction of this complex through several Ukrainian MLRS attacks. Despite these developments, Ukraine continues to employ FPV drones in its defense strategies. A recent video posted by a battalion from Ombar 72 showcases the effective use of an FPV drone in destroying a Russian T-80 BV tank near the town of Ugledar in the Donetsk region. In response to heightened aerial bombardment by Russia in the Eastern Donetsk region, Ukraine successfully targeted and neutralized a Russian Buk air defense system using the US-supplied HIMARS, High Mobility Artillery Rocket System. Recent footage highlights this development as part of Ukraine's efforts to counter increased air threats in the first month of the new year. On Monday, Ukrainian special forces targeted a Russian Buk M2 anti-aircraft missile system and radar with a HIMARS, High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, sharing footage that purportedly captures the successful hit on the Russian medium-range air defense system. This incident is part of Ukraine's regular updates on the utilization of the US-donated HIMARS, which have been in the country since June 2022. As part of various military aid packages, the U.S. has supplied 39 HIMARS to Kiev to date. The ongoing conflict has witnessed both sides prioritizing the targeting of each other's crucial air defense networks, particularly ground-based systems. The relentless efforts of both Russia and Ukraine to overcome the adversaries' ground-based air defense systems stand out as a pivotal and ongoing contest in the war. This assessment was highlighted by the British Defense Ministry on December 3, 2023. In a significant development, Ukraine successfully destroyed 2 of Russia's valuable Buk air defense systems, strategically located in the south and east of the war-torn country, within a week in late November. Ukrainian officials, including President Volodymyr Zelensky, reported on December 29th that the Kremlin had initiated its most intensive strikes since invading Ukraine in February 2022. Zelensky revealed that close to 160 missiles and drones were launched at Ukraine in this barrage, resulting in the loss of hundreds of Ukrainian troops and dozens of military equipment pieces during the fighting in the Donetsk Oblast. In a statement, Russia's defense ministry announced the destruction of the ammunition depot of the 27th Rocket Brigade and the 47th Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces near the settlements of Lisovka. Russian units, including tactical aircraft crews and artillery forces, successfully repelled an enemy attack near Kromove on the outskirts of Bakhmut. The area has been a contested battleground for months, witnessing intense fighting. In the latest update, Moscow reported hitting units of Ukraine's 42nd Mechanized Brigade, 46th Air Mobile Brigade, 80th Air Assault Brigade, and 112th Territorial Defense Brigade in what it terms the Donetsk People's Republic. The Russian Defense Ministry stated that the total losses on the enemy's side amounted to 300 troops killed and wounded. The report indicated that Ukraine incurred losses, including 3 tanks, 1 infantry fighting vehicle, 3 pickup trucks, and 19 motor vehicles. Russian troops also targeted field guns, armed personnel carriers, as well as US-supplied M19 Paladin and M100 19-towed howitzers. Against the backdrop of these developments, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has asserted that Russia has incurred significant losses, urging continued Western support for Kiev. Zelensky emphasized the heightened strikes by Russia against civilian targets over the New Year period. In the besieged eastern town of Avdiivka in Donetsk Oblast, where Moscow initiated an offensive in October, Zelensky claimed that thousands of Russian soldiers have been killed. As of Tuesday, Ukraine's latest estimate of Russian troop losses since the onset of the war reached 36,800. Kiev has reported what it claims to be Russia's highest monthly losses in December and November 2023. Ukraine's Air Force disclosed that overnight it successfully intercepted and shot down 59 Kh-100 cruise missiles, 3 caliber cruise missiles, and 10 Kh-47 M2 Kenzal, air-launched ballistic missiles. Russian forces initiated a mass attack, launching nearly 100 missiles preceded by a wave of Shahed kamikaze drones, similar to the attack on December 29th. The Air Force highlighted that the Russian bombardment resulted in at least 4 casualties, dozens of injuries, and left over 250,000 citizens without electricity. These attacks occurred following Putin's announcement that Moscow would intensify strikes in response to the shelling of the Russian border city of Belgrade, attributed to Kiev, resulting in 24 dead and over 100 injured.